Hi, this is Emiko with Keyboard Magazine. Welcome to the 2016 Winter NAMM show here in sunny Anaheim, California. Today, I am here with the legendary keyboard player, Mr. Geoff Downes.
Hello and welcome to the NAMM show.
Hi, Geoff. Welcome. Good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you too.
So, let's delve into everything that you're doing, everything you have going on, and then a few tips that you can share for our viewers. Things about practicing, things about how to keep your rig organized and working very well, favorite tech tips, etc., etc. So first, let's start with what has 2016 got for you?
Well, it looks like it's going to be another busy year. We've got, I've been writing with John Wetton for another Asia album.
Fantastic.
And we're going into Europe with Yes in April, May.
Right.
And then coming into the US in the summer with Yes. And then hopefully a tour with Asia in September, October, and then November we're going to Japan with Yes. So I kind of got
a lot of airline miles.
A lot of stuff going on.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, you are, and you know this, you're famous for your massive keyboard rig.
It's pretty, yeah, it was huge. I mean, it's gone down a bit now.
Have you downsized?
We're down to 12 now.
12 keyboards,
yeah.
Okay, and what are they for those who are not familiar with your rig?
Well, there's I've got quite a few, I've got a couple of laptops which I use more for the with a few controllers which I use more for emulating older sounds,
right.
you know, mellotrons and that kind of thing, and then a mini Moog, you know, so I get that. The other stuff's really kind of just adds to it, you know. I've always got something that, you know, I've got a piano always set up there.
Right.
I've got a lead synth always set up. And of course I've got a Hammond always there. And
excellent.
You know, a lot of my early stuff, certainly with Asia and Yes,
right.
was very much Hammond driven. So
yeah,
it's a very, very important part of my rig.
Now, you played the Hammond in the House concert last NAMM.
Yeah.
You did a Geoff Downes and Friends performance, which was amazing. And I've seen you perform with Yes numerous times. And I wanted to ask you, when you play the Hammond versus your other keyboards, does it feel different for you?
There's a totally different technique, you know, because organ playing has its own style. You know, you if you're a piano player essentially, or even a synth player, the technique to play a Hammond is completely different because, you know, there are the sweeps and these other things that come into consideration, the rotor speed and everything like that.
Yeah.
So it's very much an all-encompassing performance, I think, and that's, whereas, you know, you play a synth line, it's a synth line. You know, there's not really any technique required in actually doing that other than being a keyboard player.
Right,
The main thing is, with a Hammond, it's a very expressive, personal thing that people kind of make their own. You know, people like Keith Emerson made his own style on Hammond organ,
right?
As did Rick Wakeman. So, you know, I kind of borrowed a bit off those guys as well.
Excellent. Yeah. Now, do you have any tips for young viewers and young readers of the magazine who might be interested to know how to keep going as a musician if they want to enter music as a career? Any practice tips, any business tips, any tips for just sort of staying the path and becoming a lifer in the industry?
Well, I think one of the key things is to concentrate on your technique. You know, to be you know, it's all very well. I mean, a lot of things now you can technically be a musician just by pressing a start button.
Right. Yes.
So I would advise people to, you know, to consider to try and improve their technique, and also to improve originality. You know, if they can, if they have an idea for something, to follow that through rather than fall into the mainstream and kind of copy people. You know, is to try and invent something themselves. Yeah. And I think that those two aspects are key aspects.
Do you have any specific practice or warm-ups that you do when you're prepping for a long tour?
Yeah, I mean, I do. Obviously, when I've been playing with Yes, we've been doing a lot of stuff that I wasn't involved in, and that, you know, that requires a lot of application, you know, and I really focus on not just the actual parts themselves, but, you know, trying to get the sounds as close as possible to the originals,
right?
Which, you know, requires quite a lot of pre-planning and pre-production.
Right. And how long does that take for you?
I maybe work before a tour. I'll maybe work at my studio for a month beforehand.
Wow.
Refining the stuff, and then when we get into the proper rehearsals, I'll get my erstwhile tech Will to come and tweak it all and fine-tune it all.
Fantastic. Yeah. Any words of advice for young and new aspiring musicians?
Yeah, I would say that the key thing is to stick at it. You know, don't get demoralized by, you know, some people probably fall by the wayside because they think, well, you know, I'm probably not going to be that good at this. But I think that, as I said before, you know, if you stick by what you believe in and, you know, your originality and unique style, that's always going to stand you in good stead.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
This is Emiko for Keyboard Magazine at the 2016 Winter NAMM Show.